What you eat, Andrew? What's that?
A mushroom. That's a mushroom.
That's a pepper.
It's a pepper.
It's a pepper. Say hi. That was a video of my nieces, my brother's daughters, beautiful little girls. But yeah, so in this video, I kind of want to talk about something I've been going through lately with working longer hours recently, spending more time focusing on my business and really grinding things out as of recent. There's been a bit of a dilemma that I've been experiencing lately, and so I kind of want to talk about that with you guys, as you can tell by the title of the video. But I also want to mention at the end of this video, I will be calling out the winner of the giveaway that I recently did in the last video. So make sure you stick around to the end to see if that's you. But yeah, so I just kind of want to jump right into things. I've been spending a lot of time working long hours. I haven't really done too much enjoying life, really. There's not too much of that going on. And I'm not here complaining about it. It's been a very fruitful season for me, so I'm very appreciative of the opportunity I've been given to really just be blessed with a boatload of work, like just a ton of work. I'm blessed and I'm grateful for that opportunity. But I've also, let me turn that down, that's really loud. But I've also had to miss out on a lot of things, like sleep, like proper meals. I've missed church a few times. Hanging out, going to the gym, that kind of stuff. Life wasn't really fun for a while, but that's okay. But recently I've gone to some family gatherings and I've been able to spend a little bit more time with my family and my nieces and nephews. And it just kind of, every time I do, it reminds me that there's more to life. There's more to life than just growing and just, hustling all the time. Like, that stuff is good, it's necessary, you have responsibilities, but just reminding myself to enjoy life at the same time. It's not always about getting to the next level. And there's something that I want to speak about that really brought this into perspective for me. So it was a job that I had, a job that I did for someone who had just bought a new property, and they were clearing the place out, and they called my company to come and like pretty much just remove everything. It was a full house clean out. Everything was getting junked. The previous homeowner had recently passed away, so everything in the house was just kind of collecting dust. And so one night, me and my guy went over there to do an estimate for the place, and it was late at night because we went there at the end of the day. Once we had finished up all the jobs for the day, we went over to do a walkthrough to kind of see the scope of everything. I might plug in a clip here. All this got to get thrown out. Why is the air so thick in here?
Because they probably haven't had it on for a while. So the house has just been sitting.
Bro, why does this feel so eerie, dog? Do you feel that, or am I tripping?
I definitely feel it. And it gets worse the further back you get. It's like you're about to see something that you didn't want to see. And this only makes it worse. This looks like some straight out horror movie.
Why does it feel so heavy in here?
You think the older folk that lived here passed?
I'm thinking so. I gotta write up an estimate for how much it would cost to clean out this entire house. I'm assuming someone passed away and everything has gotta go. Yeah. I can't stand in here too much longer without any sunlight. This is very strange. This feels weird. This feels very weird. All right, nothing to see there. It's a cool little stove.
Is Auburndale in Florida?
Yeah. Dude, my key brushed up against my leg and scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, bro. Say that again.
So the father was Clarence Albert Jameson, and the son was Richard H. Jameson.
So who lived here?
I'm assuming Richard H. Yep, check written out for all of that coming from him.
So Richard lived here?
Looks like it.
How old was he when he passed, does it say? Patricia Jameson, Dorothy Lee Jameson, Albert Jameson, Agnes Jameson. Norman Hilt was his stepfather. He passed at 95. His mom passed at 93.
So she had about 19 years. I'm guessing, of course he's most likely, as you see, Jameson's son. But the question is he older than his sister? He's either going to be older than her or younger. And this one
Definitely had to be older.
She might end up being a daughter between. Nah, it can't be. Because she
she's-
had to be 57 when 56 when she was pregnant with her.
Yeah, and that's got to be his real sister because she's a Jameson too, so that can't be from his stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be from his father, his biological father. And yeah, so as you can see, there's just like old furniture. It was really spooky when we first walked in. It was very, very spooky, very eerie kind of environment. It was just old and it was late at night and it had like the air was just very thick. Like you could feel it pressing on your chest and it had this distinct smell to it. So the homeowner, this guy, was living there. His wife had passed away, so he had got moved into a nursing home because he kept falling and having these accidents. So they moved him into a nursing home and he passed away earlier this year around January. And so his house had just been sitting there. So we do the estimate and then the next day we show up to actually do the job. So I show up the next day with 4 guys and we start working. And when we get there to start working, the neighbor from across the street comes over and she's like, kind of just asking questions, trying to figure out what's going on. She's like, hey, I saw you guys come by yesterday and, it was late, so I didn't want to approach you, but, I kind of, what's going on? Like, I knew the guy that lived here. And so I began telling her, like, hey, we're with a moving company. We were hired to clear this place out. That's pretty much all I know. And so she kind of starts telling me the history of the home, who used to live there, and how she knew the homeowners. She was taking some furniture. We walked some stuff over to her house. She got really emotional, and she's crying and stuff throughout the process. But she was extremely grateful that I was, being patient with her and allowing her to walk around and be there while we were working. And she even ended up, like, tipping us before she ended up leaving and everything. It was really nice interaction. The reason I'm bringing this up is because while we were there working and doing the walkthrough and everything, or we had done the walkthrough already, so while we're working, clearing the place out, I'm looking at all this guy's belongings, and my brother was on the crew with me, so he was there, and we're moving all this guy's stuff, and it's personal stuff, memorabilia, like clothing, mail, medical prescriptions, and it's all kind of stuff, like documentation of every kind. Like, old people document everything. This dude had documentation for every piece of furniture he had ever bought. Everything was documented down to the T. Everything. He had his family members medicine dosages down to the T, like his aunts, uncles, parents, siblings. He had all their dosages like documented just on random paperwork around the house. It was incredible to kind of to come across, but everything in there had value at some point. At one point, everything in that house was obtained as a purpose of some sort of value. Everything he notated and documented had value. But now, with him having passed away and us being there to clear all this stuff out, to us, it didn't mean anything. We were there to do a job. I didn't know him. I never met him. I ended up seeing pictures and figuring out who he was, but outside of that, none of us knew him. So all the stuff we were clearing out meant nothing to us. But at some point, it meant everything to him. And my brother kind of pointed that out. He's like, isn't it crazy how we're just here just throwing away all this stuff? Like all this stuff had meaning and purpose at one point, and now it just doesn't. And it was the way he worded it was like very eye-opening in a weird way, because not to say that there was no point in all this stuff, because at one point in time it had a purpose. But then once this guy had passed away, he was no longer around, there was no one there to claim the stuff, and it became valueless to everyone because the only person who valued it was no longer there. And it just put things in perspective of me, like, just imagine how much we spend our time focusing on things that at some point will mean nothing. And I know that can seem like a stretch, because it's like, yeah, while you're here, you have to work for things. Like we have responsibilities. You know, you have to survive while you're here. And yes, I'm not negating that. Testing 1 2. And yes, that is very true. I'm not negating that. But the point is, only one thing really matters. And the question becomes, well, what is that? What is it that really matters? Because now this guy's passed away, you know, and he's at the next phase. And for, you know, you can ask any given person and they can have completely different answers from one another. But for me, I believe there is an eternal life for each and every one of us after this phase of things, after our experiences here on earth. And I don't think the average person really like resonates on that enough. Like, even myself, knowing this and believing this, I don't think I resonate on enough. I know I don't. Being there in this dude's house really put things into perspective. After my brother said that, it disturbed me a little bit. It really did. It disturbed me a little bit, because it was true. Like, we're here discarding of this stuff, literally breaking furniture, and because we're junking it. We're not keeping it. It's not a move. It's junk removal. So we're breaking stuff, simplifying it to get it out the house and just throw it into a truck so we can take it to a dump and just throw it out. But at some point, there were certain items in the house I'm sure the man had saved up for, like saved up a paycheck to go purchase something, or a gift someone bought for him for his birthday or Christmas or whatever as a gift. Some things had sentimental value, or they were just very important documents that no longer just were important. And so it had me thinking, like, as much time as I've been spending working so that I can make money and put myself in a better position financially, and the next steps that I want to take, like, all the time I was spending focusing on that, the sleep I was losing, the time hanging out with my family that I was losing, was because I was allocating my time towards something that eventually at one point will mean nothing. All stuff that I can't take with me at the end of the day. So I don't want to sound silly by saying that, you know, we shouldn't be responsible, or we shouldn't focus on working or handling our business. Like, that stuff is obviously important. That goes without say necessarily. But other things are equally as important, if not more important. Memories, spending time with your family, like, enjoy the life that you're living, spending time with God, spending time in the Word. Like, our salvation is the most important. And that's not something to be pushed aside. Like, I would miss church because I was just too tired to go, or because I had jobs that were running all throughout the evening, and so I literally couldn't go. And that's life, that's gonna happen. But it's like I was in such a grind mode, like it didn't even matter, like it just was what it was. I wasn't even trying to avoid it. It was just like okay, I'm gonna miss church, okay. And like church isn't the end all be all. I'm not someone that's like gotta be in church every week, every Friday, every Sunday, every Wednesday. Like no, church has its purpose, but it's not the end all be all. It's not gonna make or break someone in their journey. But just I think my priorities got a little out of whack, and so I'm working now to better that, and make sure that I still do take time to focus on other aspects of my life and try to keep things equally balanced. I believe there's a balance to life that all of us can achieve, and so that's something that I'm going to put more emphasis on. I haven't even been here on YouTube really, which is unfortunate, and I need to make more time to be more consistent with my videos and stuff, and you guys have been very grateful and gracious, patient, and I appreciate that. But I just want to let you know that I can do better and will do better going forward. So more or less, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. Take from this what you will. I really didn't have a plan on making this video. I just got off stream, was playing video games, and I was like, oh, you know what, before I go to bed, let me crank this out. I got some energy about me, let me do this. So I'm here doing this, and before I forget, I want to go ahead and announce the winner. But firstly, I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who left a comment. I was reading these comments and I was literally speechless. Absolutely speechless to read some of the stuff that I was reading, some of the impact that my videos have had on some of you guys. Sometimes I was like, man, are they watching the right videos? Are they talking about my videos? Like, there's no way. I think they got me confused with somebody else. There's no way. Like, it's incredible. Helping bring some of you guys closer to God, helping bring you guys closer to your family, helping you through rough situations, just being able to make you smile and make your day a little bit lighter, just in general, just bringing value, something of substance for you to enjoy and take away. And it's an honor to be in a position like that, to be able to have that sort of impact. I never really knew what I wanted to be, but I knew that I wanted to be able to just help people, I guess. And so that's kind of cool to know that that's something that I'm currently doing, helping people. That says a lot about what God is doing with me and you guys as well. But yes, let me announce this real quick. Just get a drum roll. I screenshotted it in here. So yes, again, thank you to everyone who did leave a comment. Even if you didn't, thank you for watching. Thank you for just being here, a part of this community. And it was very tough to make this decision. I actually had to get help making this decision, believe it or not. I had a couple people read through the comments as well and had them kind of point out any comments that stuck out to them. And then if any of those comments overlapped with ones that I had saved for myself, that can help me kind of narrow it down, because they all were just amazing, truthfully. So I'll read the comment first and then I'll say who it's from. So this comment says, well deserved, bro. I'm so grateful for you, Zaire, and your channel. I first came across you about 7 months ago and was immediately drawn by your authenticity and your good and genuine energy that honestly I hadn't felt from any YouTuber before. So I decided to subscribe and keep up with you. Watching your videos and listening to you speak on things so relatably to things that I might even be going through myself, or maybe have yet to go through, and it's just like listening to a big brother I've never had. Your transparency about your life on here provides a safe place to feel validated in our emotions and to feel seen, to not feel alone, but also to learn with you and from you. Not only that, you have some videos that had me crying, laughing, like the Femboy one. If you've never seen that video, I'll tag it up here somewhere. That's a funny video. But yes, like the Femboy one, and it just gives me a space and a moment to laugh and be happy in the midst of life doing its thing. Each upload is like a breath of fresh air, and honestly, it's healing for me. I really look forward to each one. Thank you, Zaire, for what you're doing, bro. You really make a difference for a lot of us. Thank you for taking us on this journey with you. God bless you and keep taking care of you and elevating you to greater heights. Congrats. And that comment is from Soar XL8HY. So can't really pronounce that, but I'll tag you in this video. in the description somewhere. And if you watch this, you won. So congratulations. Drop a comment and I'll respond to you, and then we'll coordinate things so that I can get that gift over to you. But thank you. I wish I could have chosen 10 of those, all of them, because I'm just very grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to be a vessel. It's a pretty interesting position to be in. So thank you. That's it. This is kind of like an impromptu video. I think that's how you say impromptu. This is kind of like an impromptu video, but I still have some videos that I really want to make, and they're kind of in regards to my business, so I'll be posting those. But I'm excited. A lot of growth to come here for everyone involved. So thank you again. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And God willing, as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.